Hon Bello Hassan Shinkafi, representing Shinkafi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my motion is all about your visit to Zamfara State. Mr. Speaker, the impact of the visit of the Honorable Speaker to Zamfara State. Sir, the House note that the Right Honorable Speaker Femi Bajamila embarked on a walking visit to some states, particularly Zamfara State in the northwestern zone, affected by insecurity. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that the Honorable Speaker's visit to Zamfara State was unique, historical, remarkable, being the first Speaker of the House of Representatives to visit the state, particularly at this time where an enduring solution is desired to age-long insecurity that has ravaged the state. Observe that the commitment exhibited by the Honorable Speaker on the Zamfara State dilemma has not only rekindled hopes in its people, but has equally added significant values to the nation's landmark achievement in initiating meaningful peace process. Also observe that the Speaker was firm in his address to the warring parties by assuring them of the unflinching support of the House of Representatives in ensuring special budgetary allocation, among other things, to end the state of insecurity in the Zamfara State and its environs. Mr. Speaker, also aware that the insecurity has destroyed the social values and economic standing of the state, as well as the means of livelihood of millions of people, such that the focus should now be on peace initiative to ensuring rebuilding, resettlement, and rehabilitation of the ravaged part of the state. Concerned that the economic situation in the state is pathetic, which accounted for the provision of 10 billion in the 2019 Appropriation Act for resettlement and rehabilitation of the ravaged state. Cognizant that the economic situation in the state is pathetic, which accounted for the provision of 10 cognizant that economic empowerment through rehabilitation and resettlement is key to attaining sustainable peace in the state. Mr. Speaker, the House resolved: 1. Commend the Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Bajamila, for his leadership initiative and expression of love for the people of Zamfara State, as executed during his visit to assess the situation and influence fruitful peace process. Mr. Speaker, we also urge the Federal Ministry of Finance to release the 10 billion budgetary allocation for Zamfara State as captured in the 2019 Appropriation Act in order to facilitate and fast-track process of the rehabilitation and resettlement of victims of insecurity in Zamfara State. And finally, Mr. Speaker, we equally pray that the House should mandate a committee on finance and equally the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure full compliance, Mr. Speaker. I so move, Mr. Speaker. The day you visited the state, and that was the day the people of Zamfara begins to see peace in that particular state. Because the kind of approach, the manner of approach you have done to the warring factions, the kind of advice given to the warring faction, the kind of promises given to the warring faction is so important that the whole state, sir, Mr. Speaker, are much more happy with your presentations, and that is why they now mandated us at least to remind you, based on the promises earlier made during your visit. Mr. Speaker, I also want to tell you, you are the first speaker in the history of this country, in the history of Zamfara State, to visit the state when that is at when the need arrives. Mr. Speaker, it is equally my governor and myself, when we sat down, we equally said, how can we pay you back? Or how can we, at the end of the day, now remind you on the promises you made? Mr. Speaker, there was even one of the areas in my own constituency. When we sat down we were discussing about your visit, he equally said he wants to present a title, and that title should be given to you for the sake of your visit. Mr. Speaker, if by the time the House now resolved to support this of my motion, I believe the normalcy, the life of people, the normalcy, the insecurity that is happening there, or the normalcy will now come back. Mr. Speaker, with this, Mr. Speaker, I equally want to employ or ask Mr. Speaker, I want to employ this House to kindly support my motion in total. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.